Many readers approach the book of Job with a specific theological assumption that God's justice is hardwired directly into the mechanics of the natural world. Visualize the retribution principle as a symmetrical, one-to-one equation. Human actions pass through a central node to output a physical response. This creates a world where every weather pattern is interpreted as targeted moral feedback. Good behavior brings blessing. Bad behavior brings suffering. According to Old Testament scholar Dr. John Walton, this entire schematic is structurally false. The regular operations of the world do not reflect God's character in this mechanical way. Viewing the universe as a justice engine creates a crisis of logic. When reality, human suffering, and arbitrary natural events fail to match the math, the entire theological system begins to break down. This breakdown is the precise philosophical crisis at the heart of the book of Job. Job and his friends expect the universe to balance the scales, but the scales don't move. If moral justice were the primary mechanism driving nature, then arbitrary disasters could not exist without directly implicating God's character. The text suggests that the cosmos is governed by a different architectural framework, one that does not prioritize immediate moral justice as its physical output. The foundation of this system is not a justice equation, but divine wisdom. Understanding this wisdom architecture involves looking past modern definitions of the universe and adopting the ancient ontological map of Genesis. Grasping the logic of the system involves looking at the operational parameters of the cosmos as the ancient world understood them. To build this model, we have to look at the ancient Near Eastern baseline for how the cosmos came to be. Modern readers often define creation as the appearance of matter, but the ancient view focused on assigning functions and roles to that matter. In this worldview, raw material is insufficient on its own. It must be brought under a functional, purposeful system to be considered created. Walton compares the primordial state of Genesis 1 to a house full of unpacked boxes. The act of creation is the process of arranging the rooms and assigning their intended use. Because creation is the imposition of function, chaos in the natural world isn't a sign of punishment. It may simply be an area where the boxes have not yet been unpacked. This map illustrates the first category, order. This represents systems functioning perfectly according to God's intended purpose. The second category is non-order, raw materials and forces not yet assigned a final function, like the primordial sea. This non-order is morally neutral, left incomplete by design, allowing humans to partner in ordering the world. There is a third distinct category, disorder. This represents active rebellion and entropy. While non-order is a built-in feature, disorder is an intrusion pinned on human agency. It is the result of our own choices within a fallen state. The world we inhabit is a hybrid of these three states. This complexity is what breaks the simple math of the retribution principle. We can apply this triad to the events that cause the most theological tension: hurricanes, tsunamis, and biological mutations. These natural forces belong strictly to the category of non-order. They are distinct from the human-driven category of disorder. As part of non-order, these events are morally neutral. They do not possess volition and are not intrinsically evil in a moral sense. God can use pockets of non-order to achieve specific objectives, but that is not their default mode of operation. This categorization means we cannot automatically read moral judgment into a tornado or a cancer diagnosis. Devastating natural events are expressions of a system that contains unassigned variables. They are not direct moral indictments of those who suffer them. If natural events aren't targeted moral judgments, how do we define God's control over the physical world? We have to move past the remote control fallacy, the idea that God micromanages every earthly variable to hit specific human targets. Consider how we view gravity. We don't ask why gravity operated in a specific moral instance when a bone breaks. It operates impartially. Catastrophic weather or cellular mutations function in much the same way. The text points out that rain falls in uninhabited deserts. This proves the system operates independently of human-centric reward or punishment. While natural forces are biddable, subject to God's authority, they are not mechanical instruments wielded continuously as tools of judgment. Assuming God micromanages every atmospheric shift reduces him from a sovereign systemic architect to a reactionary mechanic, Replacing the fractured retribution equation, we see the broader model. God's wisdom governs the cosmos. This architecture encapsulates the structured nodes of order and processes the fluid particles of non-order without forcing them into strict justice pathways. God's wisdom is found in the macro parameters of how the system is designed to work as a whole, rather than in individual tragedies. This design accounts for a critical systemic reality. If immediate moral justice were the core operating mechanism, the system would have to respond instantly to every act of human disorder we identified. In that scenario, a fallen humanity could not continue to exist. The allowance of both non-order and human disorder operates within the boundaries of this fundamentally wise, though currently incomplete, cosmic architecture. The Book of Job does not offer an answer to why individual suffering occurs. Instead, it describes a vast system governed by a wisdom far beyond a human-centric equation of retribution.